Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for Sunday, July 23, 2023. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me. We're going to start off with the current radar picture here with any warnings that we need to be concerned with. And most of this is just a flash flood warning in Gulf County, Florida. This is to the east of Panama City here. There is some extreme rainfall coming down near Port St. Joe and Mexico Beach. This is about 60 miles southwest of Tallahassee, Florida, the capital here. And this rain is moving to the northeast. So if you're coming along US 98, Highway 98 there through Panama City Beach, Mexico Beach, Port St. Joe, and East Point, all the way through Carabel and up through Liberty County here and Bluntstown, you want to be very, very careful here as this heavy rain continues to stream in the Gulf. It's training here is in effect. These are coming over the same areas here, and that's why we have this flash flood warning in effect that expires in the next 2 hours here for Gulf County and the Panhandle of Florida. So we have rainfall rates between 2.5 and 5 inches of rain have fallen in the last 3 hours. Rainfall rates of 2 to 4 inches in an hour. Additional rainfall of 2 to 3 inches are possible in the warned area. So flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly here. Flash flood warning means that flash flooding is ongoing and continuous in some of the side streets and some of the main streets around US 98. Once again, Highway 98. And some of the other side streets there leading into Port St. Joe, Panama City Beach, Mexico Beach, up that area. So be careful. Flash flooding is caused by thunderstorms. Turn around, don't drown. Don't continue to go in there. As I zoom in closer here, you can see it making its way off the Berry Islands into Port St. Joe and north of Mexico Beach there. And that area right there, that's what a lot of low-lying road area, stretch of road there that goes through there, and even up to Tendo Air Force Base and Panama City Beach. Some heavy rain here as these showers are all moving northeast at 31 knots. Hail size is reported here, and this one is about to dime up to nickel size. Nickel size and dime size hail is being reported in this cell here just to the east of Lynn Haven. So if you're coming along Highway 98 or this highway here, 231, excuse me. If you're coming out of Highway US 231 out of Lynn Haven, heading north toward Fountain, Alfred, and toward the I-10 corridor and western panhandle here, you want to be careful because it's moving up that direction there. So if you're coming through western Gaston County, Greensboro, there's another heavy cell there. Quincy, there's hail coming towards you. Bluntstown, those areas. US 20, it's affected here. Highway 20 coming from Bluntstown through Hosford and that road there going towards Tallahassee. This is some heavy showers coming here. So between the intersection of 231 coming out of Lynn Haven and Panama City, US Highway 231 heading north and Fountain and Ebro, heavy showers there, as well towards the flash flooding warning down here in Port St. Joe and Mexico Beach area. So that's the only warnings we have. The rest of our special marine warnings associated with that cell here. And this is also for because of water spouts concerns out here and also gusty winds with small craft advisory. So that's all we have in terms of warnings here. Now going back to the national radar picture here for the lower 48 United States here. You can see that we do have tropical weather here. Don is way up here past Newfoundland. It is moving to the northeast at 16 miles an hour. It's going to die out as a fish storm. Right now, winds are at 65 miles an hour. However, that's going to change as it hits cooler waters. It's continued to weakening as it hits cooler waters here. And this Don has been a storm that's been around for the last week or so. It's been a long-lived storm here, as you can see. This only affecting mariners' interests and shipping lanes, but it has been out here. It's forecast to become a depression by 2 p.m. Monday, as you can see. And then it's just going to fizzle out here way up in the northern latitudes of the North Atlantic. There is a Nezuko system here that's trying to get going, an invest area, a tropical activity here, but it's only given a medium chance, 40% chance in the next 7 days. So we'll watch it, but there's a lot of Saharan dust in the central Atlantic, and there's a lot of wind shear going on, so we don't anticipate a whole lot of development with this thing. But if it does develop, in upper level winds, if it does become favorable and it does develop, it will take the next name, which is Emily, and once it moves into the Caribbean Sea. But right now, it hasn't even become a depression. We're still a couple days out from it becoming a depression. Probably by Wednesday, we'll see this coming Wednesday if it can get to a depression or tropical storm status. It'll be closer to the Windward Islands. Looking at our national weather picture here, not much going on. Like I said, we have that complex of showers down south here, and then we have a complex of showers around the Great Lakes here, near east of Chicago. So from South Bend up through Berrien County, Berrien Springs through Grand Rapids, there's heavy showers coming there off the lake, and then we have some showers in the Panhandle of Texas. from Lubbock to Amarillo, and a few showers in the Dakotas, and these just coming off the plains. Nothing severe, so that's good news. It's just beneficial rains to help with some of these drought-stricken areas in the upper Midwest, as well as out in the western tier in the states. So that's good news what we have going on there, and the hazards reflect that. Mainly heat. The heat warnings have shrunk today. That is the good news. The heat advisories, excessive heat advisories, have shrunk here, as you can see. It no longer includes parts of the Inland Empire like Palm Springs and Death Valley and some of the areas like that. It doesn't include that. It includes more of the central valleys and of course of Phoenix and Tucson. But it does not include El Paso or any of the places in New Mexico before. It does not include the higher places up in the upper San Joaquin Valley, like Tracy and Modesto and San Francisco and up into the Apple Valley, Citrus Valley area. And it still includes Las Vegas and the Lake Havasu City and all that area. But the excessive heat warnings have shrunk down a bit, so that's good news. And the heat advisories have shrunk as well. But still need to drink a lot of water, wear light clothing, and take precautions, as it's still very hot though. Even though it's not excessively hot, it's still hot for these areas. Will continue throughout next week, and that's going to spread. The heat dome is going to spread all throughout the country. Going to have kind of like an omega block pattern here, as this high pressure sets in the middle of the country, and it's going to propagate out to the southeast and northeast as well. Now we do have a dense fog advisory here. This is for Rice Lake, Wisconsin, heading into some of the Rochester, Minnesota area. Be careful out there as some of that fog settles in some of those slower valleys and hills there in the upper Wisconsin, western Wisconsin area. So just be careful about that, ladies and gentlemen. But elsewhere, beautiful Sunday. Enjoy your day. Get out. Air quality is looking pretty good. Canadian wildfires, yes, they're still there, but the air quality has improved for the majority of the country. And so that's good news. Everybody's a moderately air quality, which is not as bad as what we were 4 or 5 weeks ago in the summertime as we got the start of the summer. So enjoy your Sunday. Get out. Be refreshed. Be blessed. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you very much for listening. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel, and we'll be appreciative of all the support we get. Thank you.